Once the tracking on your website has been verified, you are ready to start customizing your Google Analytics account. For each Google Analytics account, they have a hierarchy. At the highest level is the account. You can have more than one account. For example, if you want to collect data for your company, you can create one account. Suppose your company wants to track multiple websites. You can create a property under each account, or you can choose to track each website in a separate account. It's entirely up to you. Let's talk a bit about some of the basic data sharing settings in the Google Analytics admin section. So as you can see, under basic account settings, you can decide to share high-level data with Google to improve Google Analytics. The data within Google Analytics is secure and protected, but Google asks via checkboxes if your company will allow data sharing to improve the product. At this point, you will have the option to share data as well as opt in for technical support and account specialist support from Google. If you check these boxes periodically, your account may qualify for emails and phone calls from Google to improve your level of service. It also gives you the option to share information with Google. Users can also be managed at the account level in Google Analytics. You can change the permissions based on the business need of that individual. The highest level of access is to check all boxes: manage users, edit, collaborate, read and analyze. Let's explain these a little more in depth so you have a thorough understanding. Edit. Edit gives the user permissions to add, edit, and delete accounts, properties, profiles, goals, and filters in Google Analytics. A user with edit rights cannot add or edit users. Read and analyze. A user with view permissions can only view reports. This setting is the most basic level of permission. Collaborate. Users with this permission level can create custom reports and dashboards to share with the team. Manage users. This user has the ability to manage users of a Google Analytics account as well as assign permissions to the users. It's absolutely crucial to note that all of these user permissions are unique. A user that has been set up and granted the ability to manage users can only perform user management. You would need to select all of the boxes to have full permissions in Google Analytics. Lastly, for this bit, user permissions at the account level apply to the rest of the Google Analytics hierarchy. What this means is if you grant a user edit, view, and manage users permissions, then the property and profile will inherit these permissions. You can also downgrade a user's permissions at lower levels of the account. You can also increase permissions. It's important to note this feature since it permits users to update settings for properties and profiles, but not for accounts as a whole. Adsense Linking is an account level setting that enables you to link your Google AdSense ads to your analytics account. If you're displaying any Google banner ads on your website or blog, you'll be able to track the money you make on these ads and the statistics and data leading to clicks. You can use filters on the account level in Google Analytics to either include or exclude certain data in your Google Analytics reports. If you were to set up a new filter today, the filter would apply to data going forward. Past data would remain unchanged. You can also use filters to rename URLs that are complex. Filters can be set up at the account profile, as we see here, or at the profile level, which we'll discuss later on in the chapter. At the account level, they apply to all the profiles under that Google Analytics account. Best standard practice, always have an unfiltered view and then various filtered accounts or profiles depending on your business needs. So let's talk about predefined filters just for a second. Predefined filters can be set up based on the options and the filters in the drop-down list. One of the most common filters would be, for example, to exclude internal IP address traffic. This filter excludes traffic coming from your organization. If your organization is large and has multiple locations, you can also use the IP address range tool. Let's talk just a moment about custom filters. Custom filters are more complex as they are built using expressions. For example, a common reason to use a custom filter would be to rewrite a URI, a Uniform Resource Identifier. This is a server-side item and is not as friendly as a URL. Some content management systems call the same page using different URIs. A home page, for example, might be www.xyz.com as well as www.xyz.com/index. And by using a custom filter, you'd be able to see this page using just one URI. So just like other Google products, Google Analytics also has a log of changes so you can review settings, updates within your account, and more. The change history can be seen at the administrator level under admin. You can do things like review changes to account settings, users, profiles, goals, and filters, and the change history will list both additions and deletions. So that's it for Chapter 2, Section 1. Next up in Section 2, we'll be discussing property settings and a whole lot more. Thanks for joining.